Hey everyone, sorry this has taken so long. It's just been crazy. Today I am giving you the cells video that I have been promising. So, what you're going to need is this brand new copy that I am posting in your Google Classroom along with this video. So, during this video, you're going to be filling in some of these blanks because when we started doing it, it apparently was missing some slides, and I didn't realize that. And as I was going, I was thinking, this is missing a lot of stuff. What is happening? And so I started digging around, and I found out that I was missing a ton, which is why it's taken so long, because I had to remake those slides that were missing from the presentation. All that being said, there are new slides that you don't have answers to, and so that's what you're going to get today. So if you're looking here at your new work, it says follow the directions, watch the videos, and learn. Yay! Okay, so here are important videos that you can watch. These are all in our PowerPoint presentation. So they're ones that I'm not going to watch with you as we sit on a video, but you can go and watch on your own time, and they will help you with the cells. And this one right here is a wrap. It's pretty cool. So for Thursday, you're watching this video. You're going to take notes. You're going to label the functions of the cells on slides 18 and 19. And so here you can see we've already done slide 5. And we did slide 6. We did not do slide 7, the nucleolus, because I didn't have it. Slide 8 is more about the nucleolus. Slide 9 is the chromosomes. We did slide 10 and 11 and 12, which were the cell membrane, the cytoplasm, and the vacuoles. But we're also going to talk about the mitochondria. We're going to talk about the lysosome, and we're going to talk about the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER for short. Golgi bodies. We've already talked about a cell wall and the chloroplast. So on slides, I said 18 and 19. I think I'm at 19 and 20. Here on slide 19, Here on slide 19, you can see it says cell part, function, plants, animals. And so you're going to see organelles. We need to know its function. So I'm going to go up to my slide that says organelles. And organelles are structures that do a certain job in cells. Each job helps to keep the cell alive. So the function of an organelle, let me change this before I forget. Sorry, guys. So the functions of an organelle, when I come down here, would be jobs that keep a cell alive. And then they are in both plants, yes, and animal cells. So that's basically what it's asking for you to do for all of them. And if you take good notes, then you'll be able to fill this out. On Friday, you're going to read passages, label cells, compare cells, and take a quizzes. So here's your 2 passages. Here's your cell to label. Here's your other cell to label. Here you're going to compare animal, plant, both. And then here it says, using the information learned, explain the similarities and differences between plant and animal cells. Use factual information to support your explanation. And then finally, you end with this quizzes. You click on the join, and this will pop up, and you can go and take the quizzes. I want you to give me your first attempt score. You are welcome to take it as many times as you want to try and beat your score. But I would like to see what your first score is. Not because it's going in the grade book, but just because I want to know. And so there you have your work for Thursday and Friday. So don't forget, you are going to be taking your notes in these spots as we are going. And if you're ready, so am I. Pause the presentation whenever you need to fill in notes if you need to, so that you can see the presentation and what's going on. All right, plant and animal cells. Cells are the building blocks of life. Cells stack together to form a tissue like bricks stack together to form a wall. So we have cells that stack together to form a tissue. Tissues stack together to form organs. Organs stack together to form an organism, like we're organisms. So all of our organs make us. Plants and animals are made up of millions and millions of tiny parts called cells. Look at those cells. A cell is the tiny part of a living thing that can carry out all the processes of life. Cells take in nutrients and get rid of waste. They are too small to be seen without the use of a microscope. Here is your Brain Pop video that you can go ahead and watch on your own. You can either stop this one and go watch it now or watch it later. Here are some plant cells, and animal cells as they disappeared. So cell shapes. Plant cells are rectangular or boxy, and animal cells are rounded. So plant, animal. Cells are filled with organelles. Organelles are structures that do a certain job in cells. Each job helps to keep the cell alive. The nucleus. Both plant and animal cells have a nucleus. The nucleus is the control center for the cell. It directs all cell activities. It's known as the brain of the cell. And then you see the arrows pointing to the nucleus. Here you see a nucleus. They've taken a fake cell, they've cut it in half so that you can see inside, and then they've cut into the nucleus. So the whole purple thing is the nucleus. But inside we have a small little purple thing, and that, my friends, is called the nucleolus. And here's where the notes start. The nucleolus, or the nucleus of many cells, contains a structure called a nucleolus. I know, confusing, right? As the nucleus is the brain of the cell, the nucleolus could loosely be thought of as the brain of the nucleus. So if your brain had a brain, that's what this is. The nucleus takes up around 25% or 1/4 of the volume of the nucleus. You can see that's about 1/4 of the entire nucleus. So you're going to want to fill in your blanks and move those arrows to point to the nucleolus in your cells. Say that 10 times fast. Next, we have the nuclear membrane. Both plant and animal cells have a nuclear membrane. A cell's nucleus is surrounded by a thin wall or membrane. This membrane is called the nuclear membrane and protects the nucleus from outside dangers. Just like the cellular membrane, the nuclear membrane also has many small openings which allow things to come in and out. See the little boop, 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 boop. And then you see them here on the nucleus, boop, 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 boop. Next, we have our chromosomes. As we travel through an opening and into the nucleus, you'll begin to see many small rod-like objects called chromosomes. These chromosomes contain the blueprints for how cells and organisms should be built. The chromosomes are made from smaller molecules called DNA and RNA. I'm sure you've heard of DNA. RNA is kind of just like it. Look at these lovely, lovely chromosomes. Yay! Cell membrane. We've taken notes on this already. Both plant and animal cells have a cell membrane. A cell membrane is like a door. It decides what gets in and out of the cell. So that door's like, no, you can't come in. You're bad. And, oh, come on in, dude. I like you. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. The cell membrane allows water and nutrients to pass into the cell. It also allows waste to pass out of the cell. It stops some materials from coming inside and injuring the cell. So we said it also seems like it's kind of like the mouth of a cell, right? And so it takes in the water and the nutrients, and then it also seems to have the other end of a human where you expel your waste all the time, but we're not going to go into that. But that's kind of what you can think about, right? We already did that. The cytoplasm we've already talked about. Plant and animal cells have cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that fills the cell. Much of the cell's work takes place here. You can see green and the orange. We talked about what jelly bean and green apple jelly and orange jelly. Orange marmalade might be pretty good. I still don't know how jelly bean jelly or maybe watermelon jelly or something like that might be better than what we were thinking earlier, guys. All right, and we already labeled. All right, and then we had our vacuoles. Both plant and animal cells have vacuoles. Vacuole stores food and water. Vacuoles are huge in plant cells. Animal cells have smaller and multiple vacuoles. So you can see we labeled it. And the answer to the last blank was that vacuoles are like a refrigerator because they hold food and water. There they are. All right, here's some more notes. Mitochondrion. Both plant and animal cells have mitochondrion. It is the power station. It provides energy for the cell and acts like a battery. And then you can see it's right here. Boop, boop. So when you move your arrows, there you go. Next, we have our lysosome. In the cytoplasm, there are small round objects called lysosomes. Lysosomes are filled with enzymes. Oh, cytoplasm. Are filled with enzymes that are used to help break down and digest food. Lysosomes also break down old and worn out organelles. And it engulfs and destroys viruses and bacteria. So it's trying to keep you healthy. When a bad bacteria gets through that cell membrane, the lysosome is like, no, you're not welcome here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here we have our endoplasmic reticulum. Might have said that wrong. It's going to be all right. We're just going to call it the ER for short. Both plant and animal cells have an ER. The ER is connected to the nucleus. I wonder if they have a cell song like that. This is the transportation center. These clear tubes travel throughout the cell and carry materials where they need to go. Okay, so it's transporting the materials from the nucleus to where they go. Here would be a good time to go and do your study jams over animal cells. Taking the slideshow, doing the slideshow, and then testing yourself would be excellent. But you don't have to do it right now. You can do it later on. Okay, we have our cell wall. Our cell wall is only in plant cells. The cell wall surrounds the plant cell. It protects the cell. The cell wall helps the cells to stick to each other and gives the plant its shape. The stiff cell walls of plants prevent the shape from changing. And then we asked ourselves, why do we think plants have a cell wall and cell membrane, but animal cells only have cell membranes? We'll think about that as you're working. We did talk about it. And here it is. Animals have skeletons to support them. Plants do not. The cell wall acts as an extra support. And we had this creepy 6-ribbed skeleton here. If you are paying attention, you notice we did not do googly bodies. That is unfortunately not in this PowerPoint. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the PowerPoint that has googly bodies in it, just so that we can look at it. And then I'll show you the answer to fill in your blank. And it went to the wrong spot. Googly body. Some of the proteins, ribosomes, that are made in the cell enter the Golgi apparatus. Here, they mix with other more complex material and wait until the Golgi apparatus until they can be used. It's a packaging organelle. Mix it up, pack it up. There's your Golgi apparatus and your ribosomes. Okay, and so if we are looking at our plant and animal slides, when you're looking at Golgi bodies, both plants and animals have a Golgi apparatus. This is the cell's warehouse or Amazon Prime, UPS, FedEx, USPS, Postal Service, whatever. It receives proteins and other materials from the ER and then sends them to other parts of the cell. And you can see in this slideshow that, again, I don't know why they didn't have it in both. Where did it go? I don't know why. Sorry, guys, that's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. This one, there we go. Okay. So you can see what it kind of looks like here when it's pointing at it in our cells. It's these orange little lovely back and forth looking things. So if we were to look on this here and we're asking where do we point, this is going to be our Golgi body right there. These little pinkish things. All right, back to the slideshow. Okay, chloroplasts are only in plant cells. Chloroplasts use energy from sunlight and work to combine carbon dioxide and water to produce sugar for the plants to use and to store. It also gives plants its green coloring. Photosynthesis takes place inside the chloroplasts. You should have already had those filled out, but if not, here it is. Now would be a good time for you to do your plant cells study jams. That is in your work for this week. And then we have our brain pop video that you can watch. And then I want you to think and ignore the spelling error that this person made. Spend a few minutes thinking or discussing with somebody near you at home. This is supposed to say you, not year. Happy New Year. I don't know. How a cell is similar to a small city. Pause and think about it. And then you can watch Bill Nye, the Science Guy, because he's pretty cool. Last is our cell structure, our cell wrap, and then where you're filling in these cell functions. So, hopefully, that was a big help for you so that you are able to fill in these things. Please make sure that you are asking any questions. Remember, we are MAPS testing, and so in the morning I will be MAPS testing with 4th grade, so I'm not always right then and there available, but you just let me know what you need, and I'm going to do my best to help you out. Thanks, guys. Have a great evening.